Okay, I'm not actually quite done yet with recording vlogs. I still want to do another topic before I finish off with today. This is still the same day I recorded as the previous vlog, May 31st, 2016, the last day before summer. Woo! So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So, another thing I wanted to talk about, I'll just make a quick one here. Another thing I wanted to talk about is what I plan on improving my computer software, or actually more hardware, of stuff I want to buy. I plan on actually buying a lot of things. The more I realize, I originally wanted to buy either like a new phone or like a new phone or a new camera, like both combo of a photo from taking photos and videos. But I don't have that much money to actually go for like more than one technology that I want to buy. So I only have like one option. I'm still building up on the money of stuff I want to buy. I don't have a job quite yet. I might get a part-time job or maybe even a full-time this summer or maybe after summer. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure things out here, but yeah. First off, about the phone. My phone is actually like a really old model now. It's pretty old. It's pretty outdated. It's like a 2010 model. It's this LG, and it doesn't really do. It doesn't receive Ethernet that well. I can't really use the Internet as well with this one. Well, maybe I could theoretically, but it wouldn't. But the experience wouldn't be the same as like current day phones. So I was thinking of maybe like buying a new phone now, because like the phones have improved a lot, since like 5 years ago, for example. So in some ways I wanted to buy like a new phone now, but then I thought about buying a new camera because the current camera that I have right now, where is it? This one, it doesn't work as well now, mainly because how does this look anyways? I can't really show it on the desk. It doesn't work as well because of the audio problems it has. It desyncs a lot, and in order to keep the video in sync when I upload it, for example, making vlogs, I'll have to sync a bunch, and it really is pretty time consuming to do that, and it really unmotivates me to making more vlogs with this camera. But I'm still gonna keep this because it's pretty good for having short clips at the side, or maybe like close to something. Like for example, what I used at the smoke bomb video, the chlorine brake fuel smoke bomb video that I made. I put it like close to the source of the chlorine, or chloride, actually chloride, not chlorine, of the chloride brake fuel, chemical smoke bomb up close. It's pretty good for that. Having short clips, it isn't as time consuming to sync it up. But for long videos like vlogs, which take over 10 minutes for me now, it doesn't work as well. So I was thinking of buying like a new camera instead. But the problem is, once again, I don't have as much money to buy a really good one. So I would say I'm gonna save it for later. The third thing I want to talk about, I think it's actually the first thing I wanted to buy since like maybe last year, maybe the year before that, in 2014, like late 2014. I wanted to buy a drawing tablet, and there are now pretty good options for me to actually buy drawing tablets, like the Wacom tablets. I could check like which ones I want to actually look for. I wanted to buy like the Wacom Intuos tablets, but not the Pro kind. I'm more talking about the the more cheaper ones, like the Intuos Draw or Art or Photo or Intuos Comic, one of those, and 3 out of 4 of those are good for me either way, like Draw, Art, or Comic. I'm not exactly sure what the difference is. I mean, I could read it up for it. I feel like they're all the same. They're still like the same models. For me, like the buying for how much they cost is like about €100 for me, so it's not that much for those Intuos, Viacom Intuos tablets. But the problem is, but there's a problem for me is that I'm not doing that well into drawing, and it's gonna be much different from traditional drawings. I feel like I could learn a bunch from just using the digital, from drawing digitally, but I don't know. I wanted to kind of more familiarize with traditionally first, because I do have like a scanner right here, so I could just scan them, and also I could still make digital versions of that, but of course I would do it with a mouse. And speaking of the mouse, I'll get to that in a little bit. I would draw with a mouse, and you know, it wouldn't be as impressive with how I do. With the way I do it, it's really time consuming, but it does the job for me. I feel pretty well. It does the job well for me, except for making backgrounds, because I can't really do that as well unless I will put more skill into doing that traditionally, but I don't know. I haven't gone into that kind of level of drawing. I'm still kind of a novice into doing this kind of thing, so yeah. I'm not as confident getting that. So the other option I want to have is a new monitor, because here's the problem. I have this problem where this part right here is cracked from like I want to say last year. Geez, I had this like freaking crack since last year, spring of last year, and it really has gotten worse over time, because like at the top it has a few smudged up ones. You can't really see it that much right now, but yeah, there's like this black blob around the top of the screen because of what happened to this part of the crack. And there are like lines. You can't see it like that well over here, so give me a moment. Yeah, you see that my freaking this part also from the crack, it extends like up to here, and it gets across to this side of the screen, and it's like I can't. And as of the result, I can't really, like for example, for playing games, I can't really play a full screen anymore, because that would get in the way. And I showed it off in the Max Payne Let's Play. I'm not sure if it was part 1 or part 2, but I showed off which part I can't see. And you know, it's like at the weapons menu, I couldn't really see like the grenades, for example. It has gotten worse over time, but not by much, but it's still pretty bad. So, what I was thinking, well, one thought is that I would need to like repair it. And oh yeah, one more thing, I also have lines over here. If you probably noticed, but yeah, I also have like lines going over this. So, what I originally thought of what to do is actually finally do like repairs for it, for the monitor, but I don't really have a convenient way of doing it, mainly because for many complications which I don't wanna talk about. But long story short, I don't really but in terms of carrying the monitor, I don't really have a way to do that conveniently. I mean, one part is of course with a box with like stuffing for it, so the monitor wouldn't get more cracks or whatever, so it wouldn't break more. But I don't really have a convenient way of doing that. I could like research it and find like boxes or whatever to do something like that, but I don't know, I haven't really gotten around to that. And also I can't really like drive, like for example with a car with it, because one, I don't have a driver's license, and I don't want to get a driver's license, which is another topic on itself. And also, my dad also no longer is able to drive a car, which I won't get into that. So yeah, my other option is to buy a new monitor, and I'm planning on doing that right now. And I'm still sticking with it. So I'm planning on getting it on June or July, at most late July, when my birthday arrives, because I'm pretty confident I'll get more money for my birthday because that's what people do now as birthday gifts, hopefully. Anyways, either like June I'll get a new monitor if I buy it really cheaply, or buy a bit of a bigger and a bit more expensive monitor, but still really good monitor, which is good for many things. One thing, I'll have two monitors, which will probably increase my productivity, having for making, for example, I have one example doing streams. I would have XSplit on one screen and then the game on the other screen, so I wouldn't have to worry about having XSplit be shown on the stream, so that's good for me. And also other examples for that. The other thing is that I'll finally have an uncracked screen, and I'll be able to do things full screen, and things won't get in the way. I have to readjust a bunch on the desktop or just on monitor in general, how I do. Pretty much readjusted to that throughout a year of using this monitor now with the cracks and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on, and that's pretty much the my primary goal. Also, one more thing before I go. How long am I doing this? Jeez, 14 minutes. Jeez, I ramble a lot, man. Okay, I'll make this short, I promise. As for one more thing I want to show off, is for my scrolling of the mouse, because this is really weird. I have two mouse plugged in right now. Alright, the current one I'm using right now, I actually replaced my mouse because I'm having issues with the current mouse, mostly because of the scrolling, because with this mouse, I can scroll just as fine, for my page, doesn't seem to be any issues, that's fine with that, that's okay. Originally I had issues with this mouse because it had a few, it wouldn't click as well, especially if I used them both at once. Example, in first-person shooters, I would have some issues with, zooming in. It wouldn't hold on to that, so I don't know what's going on with that. But in general, now, for some magical reason, I can use this mouse just as fine, no real issues. Well, with this, mouse, let's see if I actually showing this off well. With this mouse that I had been using for the past few months or so, there was a new issue that arose. Look at the scoring with this one. I'm trying to go down right now. As you can see, it just goes back and forth. What the fuck? And now, look, I'm now trying to go up. You see that? What is up with that? I have no idea. It doesn't conveniently scroll as well, and okay, it's not scrolling up. Okay, never mind. So what I mainly had to do is press the middle mouse button so I would scroll more conveniently this way. Using the mouse so I would scroll up or down. And that has been bothering me a bunch. So what I ultimately did is I replaced this mouse with the current mouse I'm using right now, mainly for the scrolling. You see, now it's back in order, and fortunately the mouse buttons on this one seem to be working just fine now. So yeah, bye to that mouse. Freaking useless piece of shit. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say, I think. All the rambles and stuff I wanted to say with this second half of the vlog, I guess, because this is now approaching 17 minutes, so I'm just gonna stop this right here. Sorry for going through all my rambles, everything I wanted to say, because I guess in terms of talking, I guess I'm the type of person that I'm the type of person that talks about topics with everything out of the way, that talks about everything about a certain topic. So I don't know. I don't know. It's just part of who I am. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't talk uh, only like parts of the topic. I just only like to talk about a topic a lot about it. So whatever. So that's pretty much it with this vlog. So and now I'll see you later in another vlog that I'll be planning to do. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna be talking about, but I will be making more vlogs, hopefully, of stuff I wanted to say. So yeah, see you guys later.